Running back Miles Sanders. Let's bring him on the show today. He was one of these big 5-star recruits, and he chose Penn State. And I've been to Penn State twice, and you got to love Penn. What is that? What do I get?
A little gift.
A little gift.
Yeah.
Look at this. By the way, I like gifts. Run, booby, run.
Yeah,
so you're a Penn. By the way,
came up with it.
Penn State's in the middle of nowhere, and everybody wanted you. You were a 5-star guy. So you fly in, and you stay at the Nittany Lion Inn or whatever it is up there. Why did you choose Penn State? Because it's not the sexy, it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it's his own little town, and I kind of wanted to get that real, college atmosphere.
Oh, it totally is.
Yeah. So it's his own little town. The football is great there. Playing against 100,000 people a home game. So that's what really, really made me come in. Me and my mom were really strict on trying to find a school that's going to benefit me education-wise.
It's a very good school.
Yeah.
It's a terrific. What'd you major in?
Communications and RPTL.
Yep, it's great. It's a great university. They call it I think it's called a public Ivy. That it's a public school, but it's got Ivy standards. Let me ask you about this. You also played briefly with Saquon. Did you for a year?
2
years. Okay, now he's great. When you're a running back, it's almost like being a boxer. You got your own style. But did you steal anything? Was there anything with Saquon you're like, you know what, that little move or that little training thing, did you take anything from him?
I could say really just seeing how running backs are being more different, as far as catching the ball at the backfield. And he did a heck of a job of doing that at Penn State. So, and, that was me trying to just work on that and trying to be that more dynamic running back,
Do more than just run.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Saquon's become an absolute star in the league. Let me get to the OBJ thing quickly. You were sitting over here in the studio listening. Listen, a lot of people want players paid. I do think it's an incredible platform of marketing, college football. So I know who you are. By the time you get to the NFL, I'm more willing to buy your jersey. You can get shoe deals, all that stuff. When you see OBJ paying players, I kind of roll my eyes at it. I'm like, it's a Hyundai, who gives a rip? What is your reaction to it?
Kind of the same way. I think he could have did it differently, in the locker room or something. But I mean, it just comes back to times like when I was in high school. Like one of my big cousins or big brother just, you do this and I got this for you after the game.
Right.
Just simple stuff like that. I don't think it should really be looked into like a violation, which I already know it is, but I mean, I look at it like that. I don't think it was nothing.
There's a lot of mixed messages. You guys get swag bags at bowl games. Mm-hmm. You can have headphones. You guys get fed like kings. There's smoothie bars everywhere.
Yeah.
So you go to college and you are treated. Did you guys have your own facility to sleep in and live in?
Yeah.
So so these kids are surrounded by this wealth on campus, and then it's a Hyundai after a game and everybody is freaking out. By the way, you have a chance to be Rookie of the Year. Josh Jacobs for the Raiders is probably the lead dog to get the Rookie of the Year. You will get a lot of votes because for Philadelphia this year, and I have a love-hate relationship with Philadelphia. They love to hate me every day. So you can make an argument. You and Carson Wentz saved the season. You became their best pass-catching back when injuries happened. It didn't start the year like that. So I want you to talk about a little bit about how the season developed. You come in as a second-rounder. They've got all these running backs. They've got some veterans, and then hurt. Miles Sanders joining us, hurt. All of a sudden, week 8, week 9, week 10, week 11, you become a humongous component to this team. You just kind of waiting your turn. Were you surprised how valuable you became down the stretch?
I mean, I could say it's definitely a blessing to, first of all, be on this level. I worked so hard to be at this point, and it didn't really surprise me because, like I said, I've been working my whole life for this moment. And when I got there, of course, we had Jordan Howard that took most of the loads.
That's
so
right.
I understood that, and they brought me in to be like a pass-catching back anyway. So, and then D. Sproles got hurt. So, and then this is me. And then I'm happy Boston got a chance to really show what he can do, too, because he's a special player, too. And he started off as on the practice squad. So, but like I said, I'm not surprised on the success I've been having. Like I said, I've been working my whole life for this. So
now, Carson Wentz, I love. So Nick Foles wins the Super Bowl, and everybody's like, Foles is better. And I used to go in the air and be like, timeout. Carson Wentz is filthy good. Give me a sense. I see Carson Wentz play, but I don't see practices. I don't see the locker room. There have been stories, Wentz doesn't get along with all the guys. keep it real here. Give me the good and the bad. The guys like Wentz.
Yeah, I believe everybody likes him. I love him, especially the way things went this season, with Alshon going down, Deshaun Jackson. Then Nelly was like on and off with his injury. So all he had was really to be safe. To be safe, I wasn't even going to say myself. To be safe, he only had Dallas and Zach at the time. So, I mean, that's what people will probably bring up. But then you got guys like G. Ward came up, and we had some other guys from the practice squad that came up. And I ended up being a good weapon for him, too. So, and the good thing that he did was it didn't matter who was out there. He gave us confidence and just allowed us to go out there and ball out for him.
You went to the same high school as Joy Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
So then you go to Penn State. So you are a Pennsylvania kid. Mm-hmm. You looked around at Michigan State. You looked around at other places, but you stay in Pittsburgh now, or in Pennsylvania. So you have James Franklin, who is, big personality. And then you go to Doug Peterson, not quite the personality. How are James Franklin, who I love, by the way, how is he different than Doug Peterson? How are they different?
There really isn't any differences, really. Kind of real similar, both player coaches, they like to communicate with us all the time. Doug's a real cool dude, he loves football, he loves coaching the game. And Coach Franklin's the same way. He loves his players, always doing stuff in the benefit of the players. So never puts himself first before us, and that's what I like about both of them.
What's interesting about the running back position is that it is the NFL is very cyclical, and then for a while it's all receivers, and then it's this year we're seeing Derrick Henry now matters, and
it's a beast.
He is. So in the leagues, I'm old enough. It used to be fullbacks were everywhere. Then they disappeared for a decade. Now everybody wants fullbacks again. So running backs are becoming more. The last 12 months, everybody bailed on running backs, and then people watch Derrick Henry and go, well, God, that's the only way to beat good teams is to run it and get the quarterback off the field. Do you feel like now as a running back that you are essential, that you are valuable?
As far as for my team, yeah. I feel like the year that I had, I definitely feel that way, and I feel like I still have my best football to play, and I'm just ready to keep grinding and get better and get ready for year two. I think year two is definitely going to be special.
By the way, you're not only a pass catcher, but you will go deep out of the backfield. You're a guy, like a Saquon. I can put you out in the flat. I can send you on routes. So not all running backs can catch. Mm-hmm. Okay, were you a receiver at any point? Because you have good hands.
No.
But there are a lot of running backs that got bad hands.
Yeah, I've been a running back my whole life.
And so were you always a good pass catcher?
I was decent. I could say a lot of people could say when I got to Penn State, I kind of struggled on that, and then just took it upon myself to really just try to get better at that because the way they use Saquon at Penn State,
they threw to him.
Yeah, when it was my turn, I tried to just have that tool ready in case they wanted to throw me the ball, but I didn't really get to showcase that a lot at Penn State. And then as far as Combine came and Pro Day, just wanted to show that I really got good and confident hands. So then I ended up with like 50-something catches this year.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. By the way, how many did Saquon? Christian McCaffrey had how many catches?
Like 100.
100 catches. When you, as a running back goes, we talk about football's gotten safer and safer. Running back is the only position left where people can hit you anytime, mostly anywhere, with any part of their body. Mm-hmm. And you come through the line miles, and you have no idea who's going to hit you. So let's say you have 6 catches, 11 carries, 12 carries. How big are you?
Oh, about 205, 210 right now.
Okay. You're not a huge guy by NFL standards. What do you feel like, honestly, on a Monday after a tough NFC football game? What do you feel like on Monday?
Be honest, my body hasn't been like real sore like I thought it would be, and that was just based off of the reps that I had, coming throughout the whole season. I didn't have a lot of reps as I did it in the second half of the season. So, but no, I think I did a good job of just taking care of my body and just being fresh for those Mondays, and then Tuesday coming, then having to be ready for full practice on Wednesday.
Wednesday's your first full practice.
Mm-hmm. So I think I did a good job of just taking care of my body.
Now, in college, you were one of the nation's leading rushers. So in college, you were more of a workhorse than in the NFL. So in college, did you actually feel like you were more exhausted?
Yeah. I always tell them, like, Penn State, I was a little sore every
In
game.
Monday,
Yeah.
Because at Penn State, you'd get 23 carries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a great program. So Philadelphia is an interesting city where they got all these pro sports. It's always felt like an Eagles town. People love it. They lubricate, they drink, they party. There's a lot of intensity. The talk shows make you guys into superstars. Can you sense it with that organization, how important the Eagles are to the city?
Oh, yeah. Very important. I mean, that's everybody's watching the Eagles on Sundays, whether if it's home or away. But the home games are electric. They're kind of similar to Penn State games. When we have a home game there, it's going to be rocking. And we just feel the type of, when we lose, we can feel the type of energy that they have, that they most likely don't like us. And then that's just the love of the game that all the fans have in the city and how important that we mean to them.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.